Yo, what up? Jake Steele. How yins guys doing? Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about tattoo pricing and what you should expect when coming to your artist to get a tattoo. Check it out. Tattoos are normally priced by the style, by the placement of the tattoo, and by how long it's going to take the artist to draw it and execute the tattoo. Now, every shop and every tattoo artist is going to do their tattoo pricing just a little bit differently. A lot of people base their prices off of an hourly rate, and this hourly rate can range from anywhere from $50 an hour to $3.50 an hour, depending on the experience level of the artist, what style you're getting, and how booked up this artist is. It's like supply and demand. If this is a very sought after artist and they're getting a lot of work and they're busy all the time, chances are they're going to be a little bit more expensive. And if they're just beginning and they're an apprentice or they're learning from a mentor, they're going to be on that lower end. But as you grow and develop as an artist and as you get booked up, you're going to start with one rate and you're going to migrate to another. Now, when I first started doing tattoos, I was at $50 an hour, so I had to charge less just to get people through the door so I could get booked up. My current rate is $150 an hour. A lot of times you'll hear the word session when coming to get a tattoo. And a session just means the length of time it takes to do the tattoo. Now, a lot of artists are going to break their work up into sessions, especially if you're working on a sleeve, if you're working on a back piece, a leg sleeve, a full torso, a realistic piece, just something big, something that can't be done in one sitting. Usually, a standard tattoo session could be anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours. Some people are crazy. They do 8-hour sessions. They do 10-hour sessions. Those are the rock star clients that could really sit through that. But for the most part, when you're getting something bigger, you're going to be breaking it up into sessions. Now, if you're thinking about getting a sleeve, a back piece, a leg sleeve, torso, something larger scale, chances are it's going to take a few sittings or sessions to get the work done. Now, these sessions are usually charged by an hourly rate, and that's determined by how long the client is willing to sit due to their threshold or a predetermined agreement between the artist and the client ahead of time. A standard tattoo session size is between 2 and 4 hours. Anything over the 4-hour point is a little bit stressful and painful. A lot of people do these long sessions. I preferably like to get my work done in about 3 hours, and if it's going to take anything longer than that, I usually schedule another appointment and have them come back. Now, another option for a session is a flat rated day or a flat rated half day. Now, these are usually discounted sessions when you're working on a sleeve or a back piece or something large scale that just makes it more affordable for the client and helps keep things moving along efficiently. So, let's say my normal hourly rate was $150 an hour, but my client wanted to get a sleeve. So I say, okay, hey, you want to get a sleeve? Let's just knock this out in a series of half-day sessions, and then I'll just cut them a flat rate discount on that half day, and we'll go in and we'll get a bunch of work done, and we'll play it by ear. Because a sleeve is kind of expensive, so I try to make it more affordable for the clients. And my way of doing that is just giving them a flat rate daily session on it. Sometimes people are nuts and psycho and willing to sit for 8 hours. I'll be willing to sit for 8 hours. It's not that likely. Like I said, I just like to keep things between like 3-4 hours and then just calling them back for another session. A lot of artists will offer flat rate specials on pre-drawn designs, aka a flash tattoo design. And these are just things that the artist really wants to do with some drawings they have laying around. So Sometimes when the artist isn't super booked up, they post a piece of flash on the internet, or they do a special and they say, hey, anything pre-drawn, I do a discount, and it gets people through the door. It lets that artist have a little bit of creative freedom and have fun that day. So pre-drawn flash, small things such as Roman numerals, hearts, little symbols, anything that could just be busted out in like a half hour, an hour. A lot of artists will throw $100, $200, $80 even if it's super small. Just a simple flat rate discounted design. Tattoo pricing changes with the area that you live in. It's standard economics, but you could get the same tattoo done in a shop in the suburbs for $80, and then if you go to the city, you'll be paying $150, and it's just simple economics. So unless you're really dead set on this rock star artist and you want that person to do the job and it's a certain style, I would just venture a little bit outside of the city if you're getting something small, because chances are it's going to be just a little bit cheaper. So a good median price for tattoo hourly rates you should be looking out for is between $100 and $150 an hour. And this is all dependent on where you live. If you live a little bit closer to the city, chances are you're going to be paying a little bit more. If you live in a rural area, chances are you're going to be paying a little bit less. Sometimes I've seen in the rural areas, even $75 an hour, $80 an hour is acceptable. Where I'm from, I started out at $50 an hour, and as I moved through the different states, I started to charge based on what everyone else around me was charging. When I was in LA, I was charging $175 an hour. When I came to Florida, I started charging $150 an hour, and when I was in Pennsylvania, I was about $100 an hour. So each area that I've lived, I've adapted my pricing. But I think my pricing now is just gonna stay at $150 an hour. And if I travel or do conventions, I bump it up to $200 an hour. And that just covers the travel expenses and the extra fees you have to pay to like do these tattoos at these conventions and stuff. So that about wraps it up with my guide on how to price your tattoo. The most important thing is to just simply call the shop, ask them how much it's gonna be. If they're crazy about giving you an estimate, then it's probably the wrong person. You should be given a clear-cut estimate. Like I said, between 2 and 4 hours is a standard session. Between $100, $150 an hour is a standard rate. Usually a shop minimum is between $80 and $100. It could go up to $150 depending on if you're in the city or not. Your rock stars are gonna be your $200, $300 an hour, and your apprentices and your amateurs are gonna be about $50 an hour. These are the common things you have to look for when pricing your tattoos. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If you could leave me a comment, I love feedback. If you could hit that subscribe button, I would highly appreciate it. I think I'm finally starting to get some views, starting to get the YouTube started. It's been a freaking journey. I've been at this thing for like a year. I'm a little self-conscious, but I'm not giving up. I'm like the little engine that could. I'm 30. I'm not that little, but I'm not giving up. I didn't give up on my tattoos. I'm not giving up on my YouTube. So thank you all for watching. Have a freaking great one. Take care. Peace.